You good?
Okay. So we're gonna do the other part one tests. I've set the test tubes up already. Is that if you were in the lab, you probably would want at least two people setting up test tubes so one person could check the other one. I will tell you, I was checking myself, I screwed it up. Is I actually put sugar in the starch test tube, caught myself though. Is that I hadn't lined my test tubes up properly. And it's easy to make a mistake like that. Okay, we're gonna do the Lugol's test. So that's the second table on your part one sheet, where you're running a test for starch. It should only react with starch. And it should only react with a complex carbohydrate. Yes, sugar is a carbohydrate, but it's not a complex carbohydrate. And all the other things are not starches. So you've got a prediction column. You ought to be able to know what should happen when you run a starch test on all these various things. Now, again, it goes water, starch solution, sugar solution, vegetable oil, and protein solution. And you'll notice for the most part that the starting colors is that the starch solution is a little cloudy. The vegetable oil is just a little bit yellow. The protein solution's a little bit yellow. But that's your starting color. And when we add Lugol's to this, it will, if it reacts, it will turn black. Now beyond that, some people go, well, it looks reddish black or bluish black or purplish black. It turns black. Now we have a Lugol's control that shouldn't do anything but dilute mixed with the other stuff. It should not turn black. It is dark to start with, but it's not black. So this reacts fairly well. We're only going to put 2 drops in everything. And it will react on contact, and we don't have to worry about timing. So I'm going to do the Lugol's in the test tubes, and then I'm going to do the Lugol's control. I want it to go into the bottom of the test tube, so I want the test tubes as upright as I can get them before I do this. It's easier to get it to drop straight to the bottom if your test tubes are upright. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. The control for the back row. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. This dropper is easier to use. 1, 2. 1 drop went out on the outside. Just as I was saying, it was easier to use. Okay, I'm just gonna mix them a little bit. So, this is the water with the Lugol's. This is the starch solution with the Lugol's. This is the sugar solution with the Lugol's. This is the vegetable oil with the Lugol's. This is the protein solution with the Lugol's. This is the water color control, the starch,
You're going a little too fast.
the starch color control, the sugar color control, the vegetable oil color control, and the albumin, the protein color control. Now remember, a positive is a black, a
Yeah, you
negative.
went too fast.
Huh?
Do it again.
They can
Let's
freeze
do it.
frame these, you
Okay.
know.
All right.
I'll slow down on the next one. Okay, the last test that we're running in the test tubes for the part one is the Biuret. Biuret tests for proteins. The Biuret is blue, although sometimes it's kind of purple. But a positive for Biuret is a definite change to a very distinct purple. This one you need to give a little chance to work. So you put it in and you wait 2 minutes, and then you check the color. It's especially important when you run the food tests, that you give it a chance to work and that you kind of mix it together. So I've got my Biuret. I'm going to start now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, actually, I needed 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, go in there. 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just to mix it up. Now, I'm gonna put just the colored water, the control, which shouldn't change in reaction to protein, in the back ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to be careful not to touch the test tube so I don't pick up contaminants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's already come around to about 1.5 minutes. And remember, a positive change is going to be a change to a purple. This is one of those weird tests where if you mess up your timing, you forget to look at it at 2 minutes and it takes you a while to come back to it, it won't stay purple. So you'll think you didn't have a positive because you didn't check it at the right time. Okay, we are now 2 minutes in. This is, here. Sorry. I don't have COVID. This is the water. This is the starch solution. This is the sugar solution. This is the vegetable oil, which did change. The Biuret is a basic solution. It will react with things like vegetable oil, but it's not a positive for protein. And there's our protein solution, and I'm assuming you can see the purple. For our color control, there's the water, nice and blue, starch solution, the sugar solution, the vegetable oil, which didn't get cloudy, and the protein, which didn't turn purple. So those are our preliminary tests, except you're gonna have to shoot across the table or follow me. Okay, over here, I've had our ninhydrin test. I put the ninhydrin drops on the paper. Well, I'm gonna pick it up. It's been sitting under the light for this, it's a minimum amount of time. You can let this sit as long as you want because it'll get more purple with time. And as you can see, okay. When you do these tests, now I did put a mark here for the water. And then I went, actually, I did put a mark there for the water. And then I went clockwise. So I went water, starch, sugar, vegetable oil, protein solution. And so you got a positive for amino acids in the protein solution because you got a purple. That worked pretty well. Okay, that does it for part 1. For part 2, I'm gonna have a lot of it set up ahead of time. I will tell you how I set it up, but so the video is not, this lab very often for a lot of people does run 3 hours. We do not want 3 hours of video for you to have to sit through. So I'm gonna, shorten some things. And then set up the test, run the test, and you'll have the results to record. And you're gonna be interpreting the results of the tests. So, but we're gonna stop part 1 there.